металл. Да. Ним. Так.
Make the 6 straight jump from SoCal, Hollywood to the slums, get burnt by. Vengo en busca de respuestas con el manojo lleno y vengo como un libro abierto, ansiosa de aprender la historia no contada de nuestros ancestros, con el viento que dejaron los abuelos y que vive en cada pensamiento de esta amada tierra. Quien sabe cuidarlo es quien de verdad la quiera. Vengo para mirar de nuevo.
Заеб. Просто заеб все.
Con la mirada, vengo con la palabra, esa palabra hablada, vengo sin temor a no perder nada.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Я, кстати, не доиграл даже
Ernie
матч.
Johnson joined by Shaquille O'Neal. Kenny the Jet Smith, thanks for tuning in. You're watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And tonight our broadcast will be shifting to Minneapolis, where we'll see the Timberwolves going up against the Brooklyn Nets. And for Brooklyn, this is their first time facing off this season. Last year, they split the season series at a game apiece. Hey, let's talk about Ricky Rubio, the Spanish playmaker. A good example, Kenny, of a guy whose impact goes beyond the stat sheet.
Sí, defensivo es muy bien, pero a little bit underrated as an offensive player as well. I was going to go the whole thing in Spanish, but
Thank you for not.
you know, I am very bilingual. But he jumps the passing legs on the defense. He's 6'4", rangy, muy difícil. Muy difícil to guard.
Muchas gracias, dame besos.
Give you a kiss.
Te amo, El Padrino. That's what I said?
You said
Oh, I was trying to say he's underrated
Nice.
defensively. He can jump lanes and cause problem with his 6'4".
Все, одеялко гейминг сегодня будет, короче. Не знаю, сегодня долго, недолго будет. Сейчас посмотрим, короче. Сейчас будем Тимбер. Сейчас будем Миннесоту разрывать на части. Ну как на части разрывать ее?
Well, we have an interconference affair lined up for you today as the Brooklyn Nets come in for this one. And get ready for another dose of NBA basketball on
У меня 63 оверлоу всего, поэтому... Поэтому не факт, что мы будем ее разрывать. Совсем не факт. И мы на последнем месте его.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, so far it looks like the adjustments they made in the offseason aren't going to produce the desired effect.
Yeah, I agree with you. I don't think the plan they have in place is going to get it done. This season could be another long, slow journey through the NBA cellar.
Ладно, поехали. Песня, конечно, заводная, охерительная, красивая.
So the Timberwolves win the tip. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns.
Так, меня что-то опять на позицию атакующего защитника.
And Jones subbed in for Ricky Rubio. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Scotty is checked in.
Я забыл опять в настройках там покопаться. Так, foul players.
For Joe Johnson. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Setting the floor for the Nets. Scott, he's in at shooting guard. Robinson is out there with Bargnani.
То дают одного, то дают другого, то дают третьего, то дают четвертого. Ну нормально вообще.
But because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
Here's Fournier after the basket by Minnesota.
А забить? Хорошо. Двое крыли, короче, в итоге забросил Барняня. Блин, у него фамилия смешная, писец просто, короче. Но я не буду Барняне говорить, я буду Андре лучше говорить, а то будет
You know, if there are no other options available, any of these guys can just step back and knock down a triple. Great backup plan for any point guard to have.
Well, forget about using it as a backup plan with the numbers this group puts up from deep.
Тут замены вообще не просто.
Plan A to have them stroking it from.
Во. Ты еще его открой больше. Ну, тут бесполезно мне даже прыгать было, в принципе.
How about how he sets his man up there, runs it right into the screen, and then gets the basket.
Bargnani is screen on Jones. Sloan dishes to
Bargnani, ну дай назад, ну, ай, хорош.
His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Под кольцо забил. Молодца. Затолкал прямо туда нахер.
Here's Levine. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
Меня больше удивило то, что противник побежал дальше. Он даже дальше кольца побежал. Зачем, я не знаю. И в чем прикол? Типа противник мог просто... Ему дали пас, он мог спокойно... Ой, хорош! Хотя всегда, сколько бы я НБА не смотрел, не НБА, Барняни такой как бы тяжелый нападающий, знаешь, который не очень прыгает. Он ростом высокий, но походу у него вес просто большой. Или вес большой, или просто он прыгает Тяжело, короче, он прыгает. Я не видел, чтобы он данки такие прям жесткие давал, как многие тяжелые нападающие. Не знаю.
Timberwolves trail by 13. Outside, Jones. To the paint. Here's Pekovic. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot two. Andre Bargnani picks one up.
Yeah, how about the body control on that one? Narrowly misses getting the deuce.
Boy, he had a nice look at it after drawing the foul. Boy, it would have been nice to get it.
Ну и Бруклин-то особо такими ребятами-то не отличается прям там совсем.
And the first one at the line is good.
Ну хочу поковыряться в носике.
Both free throws good from Pekovic. Brooklyn leading by 11. And Sloan kicks to Robinson. Here's Fournier. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
Ну отдай мне, ну. Ведь ну не пройдет его, ну. Что за дебил просто? Ну ладно, так забьет, смотри. Боже, первой четверти мы уже ведем 10 очков. Что происходит? Ну почему я-то виноват? Ладно, согласен, виноват я. Ни хрена на атакующего защитника ставить.
Those final few minutes of regulation, you know, that's what they needed, but they were burnt out in the overtime.
Yeah, that's a good call, Greg. I mean, there was a little bit of a letdown for them in OT, and that can happen after you expend so much energy just to force the overtime.
That's good. Violins has got it back down to a single-digit deficit for the Timberwolves.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook. Really, when you look at how they're playing, they are having their way down low.
There's a screen by Robinson. On the wing, Scott. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Sloan shot is off. Timberwolves have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Outside, Jones. Inside. And there's Pekovic. That one's good on the assist by Jones.
I tell you what, fellas, we're seeing some really good ball movement out there.
Definitely. 10 of their last 12 points have come off assists.
Now, here's Scott. Here's Sloan. 1:30 left here in the first quarter. Third time is not the charm. 0 for 3 from the floor so far.
Просто за 2 минуты догнали моментально, мы ни одного не забросили.
Yeah, and usually when a team goes on a run like this, it's because they are getting too many opportunities on the inside. Make them beat you from deep. A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
I think they've really got to start committing more bodies down low and really kind of close that area off
defensively. Привет, я приехал, здорово. Откуда приехал? Ой, хорош. 2+1. Здорово, здорово.
He's gone 2 for 2 at the line so far. And that one falls for Fournier.
Take a look at what Fournier's been doing. He's already up to 8 points.
Куда приехал, где был?
And you've got to take care of business at the free throw line, not just getting there, but converting.
Here's Bielitsa. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Milwaukee. Jones kicks to Levine. Three-pointer. Rebounded by the Nets. Fournier in the corner. Back to Scott. Feeds to Sloan.
Видел искусство гола. Nice.
Back to Scott.
Четыре дня там был. Nice.
Brooklyn ahead. They're up by 9. And we'll get it going after this from the target center.
Nice. Надо тоже куда-нибудь съездить. Хотел съездить, короче, на Игромир. Не получилось.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And from Brooklyn guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, they've dictated tempo with their defense and been able to force some turnovers.
Yeah, and you know they've also done a good job, Greg, on their end of the floor.
Я ни хз игру еще не сделал. Вторая четверть, ничего, просто много.
Towns is out there with Garnett, and it's Muhammad in at the 3. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. And Doris Burke has something for us. Hey, Doris.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Heat gave them a real boost. He had 6 points, and he made them pay over and over from the line. A lot of free throws for him. We could see his role in this offense expand if he puts together more games like this.
Давайте.
Doris, thank you.
Да не ему, блин, отдаем образ.
Play after play in that game.
Пусть разведет нормально. Ой, хорош. Ой, хорош.
That's a pretty bold prediction there. I mean, he's going to have to be very, very strong to even come close to dittoing that performance.
Here is Rubio, following the basket by Brook Lopez, and Rubio kicks to Martin.
No.
Right wing. Shoots. Muhammad, no luck. Nets leading by 13. Outside, Scott. And again, Brooklyn with the triple.
Если мы ходили по окраинам крепости во второй день на части, если было расстояние от питания крепости, черт, фуфти славлеть.
You got to be careful, though. There's a real balancing act. You can't let your ego try to run your offense. You could see he really wanted to answer that made 3 with one of his own. Not the best decision.
Now here is Jack. He kicks to Bargnani. The fadeaway. And a great assist by Jack as that one.
Что-то мы разрываем их просто вообще на части. Уже первый, какая часть?
Both ends, they have been the team in control.
Yeah, and they put the fans simply on mute. They've not had anything to cheer about, and they've been silent.
Muhammad with it. He's guarded by Johnson. Kicks it out to Rubio. Shot to stop the drought, and that one's good.
There you go again. A nice kick out after the D had collapsed on it.
For Brooklyn, they've gone a perfect 4 of 4 since the second quarter began. Perfect from the field. And Jack kicks to Lopez. Bargnani sets the screen for Freak.
Да что за бред?
Timberwolves trail by 16.
Скрин хреновый был. Хотя он не должен накрывать.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Ну это NBA такие. Чего мы его оставляем? Чего мы его трогаем? Не трогаем вообще? Нам насрать, по-моему. Don't not allow inside basket.
Get into them on the perimeter. Posts. Rotate over and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Here we are in November. Let's see how things are shaking out in the West early in the season. You take a look at the Warriors.
Нормально, короче, мы на последнем месте, как обычно. Это хорошо.
As we all know. And of course, Minnesota, 5 games behind.
Well, right now for the Timberwolves, they've fallen all too quickly down to that spot at the bottom of the standings. If any team needed a bright start, it was them.
You're so right. I mean, some of the league's better teams can overcome a bumpy start and make a big push. but this team, not one of them.
His shooting has been outstanding here. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Timberwolves trail by 15.
Без минуса. Тут я орёт, короче, из этих... как он там? Из болельщиков, короче, кто-то орёт. Херово играете, говорит, Миннесота. Но они это замечают, замечают. Что у меня? У меня за 4 дня я отравился, поработал. Все нормально, все хорошо. Все получилось. Жизнь впереди. Кальян хочу собрать, короче. Съездить. Ну, если сегодня успеем, смогу, короче. Часов 8 съездить, кальян собрать, короче. Вот. Ну, такой нормальный кальян. Более или менее. Ну, не совсем там огромный, короче, но нормальный. На 1,5 литра хотя бы. Ну, колба. Вот. Что прям охерительно, там силиконовым шлангом, вся херня. Может, ты это забьешь? Ой, хорош.
Great rise and dime there. He changed gears in midair to make the assist.
Rubio with it. 14 points from him the last game against Milwaukee. Garnett outside. Loses the defender with the screen and drills the jumper. Garnett's got his first basket of the night. Rubio against Jack. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Боже мой, я просто на площадке туда-сюда бегаю. Я же стрёмный. Я баскетболист или где? Хорош. Просто двоих обошел и нормально.
Johnson, a wide open look, and a miss there on the triple. Timberwolves trail by 15. Rubio outside. There's a screen. Shot clock at 5. Off target from 3-point range.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really,
Вот они, короче, задолбали. Они берут мяч, и они пасы не раскидывают. Им дают заслон, и они забрасывают. Здорово, играем. Хорошо.
Martin the pass to Rubio. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2. The Timberwolves shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw attempts of the game.
Really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season.
Ну, зато я, короче, на площадке почему-то бегаю. Но меня, по идее, должны были заменить уже.
Young's checked in for Brook Lopez. Scott kicks to Bargnani. Pass to Johnson. Picked by Bargnani. Bargnani sets the screen for Freak. Back to Johnson.
Блин, он же не забьет, твою мать, кому я пас отдаю?
No good by Brooklyn. Timberwolves trail by 14. In the corner, it's Martin. Inside. And Garnett with the basket on the assist by Martin.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
And Clark, it's a strategy that has served them well during the course of this first half.
Now, here is Young. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Heat in
Miami. And
he also did a great job on the backboards, Kev, and that also was a factor.
Here's Jack.
Ну кидай. Надо было раньше кидать. Надо было на средней дистанции где-то уже начинать кидать. Надо было развести просто то, что, ну, показать, что ты вперед идешь, ну, что ты идешь под кольцо и спокойно бросать этот шагом назад.
Muhammad with it. Johnson on him. And here's Martin. He had 13 points in the win against Milwaukee.
Сейчас.
Jack against Rubio. Bargnani sets the screen for Jack. Tries it from the top of the key. Muhammad grabs the board.
Man, that is a missed opportunity right there.
And he'll be the first to tell you, Greg, that's one he should have knocked down.
And the basket by Rubio.
Not too much respect.
Было 20 очков разрыв.
Nets leading by 9.
Уже не 20.
Dishes to Bargnani, a baseline J, and a great assist by Jack as that
Из
one
таких
goes
вещей не 20.
in.
Уже 9. 11.
Rubio with it. Now Jack defending. There's the pick. Rubio dishes to Towns.
Да, 9.
Towns has got 8.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
It's deflected. Now Rubio. He's got 11.
Добро пожаловать, команда дебилов.
There's the triple. Rebounded by the Nets. They led by as many as 18 points. It's off to Boston for them after this game as they take on the Celtics. That'll be game 4 of this 6-game road trip. Here's Muhammad. Good defensive work there by Young.
I'm a fan of anybody who defends that way. I mean, they weren't about to open the door and just allow him to cruise in for a layup.
Now, here's Scott. Picked by Bargnani. Drive by Scott. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line.
Пускай свалят, отдохнут.
And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
Well, they've come out of that locker room with a hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
And something else that's stood out for me tonight is there.
Мне вот эта тряска вообще никак не мешает, серьезно. Я думаю, вообще вот от этой тряски смысла толку нет никакого. Ну, изи. Трясется-то экран, а не плашка.
They put up a nice win against the Bucks the last time out.
You know, sometimes you're going to win because of your performance, and on occasions, which was the case for them.
Ага, сейчас. Я и так ни хера не забираю.
Well, you're right. I mean, there were a lot of turnovers in that game. Some caused by their good defensive play, but some were just careless.
Now, here's Scott. After the miss from Nikola Pekovic. Outside Robinson. 6 on the shot clock. Young's shot is off. Minnesota's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter.
По идее, такие обходы я должен делать, но у меня не хватает скорости.
Pekovic with a screen. Bean passes to Pekovic. A steal by himself, and it's Young finishing it off.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders.
Что-то сегодня вообще никто не пришел. Ну, ни утром никого не было, короче, ни на Dragon Age никого не было, ни еще что-то там маловато народу заходит. То 2 дня подряд по 10, по 15 человек сидит. Ага, сейчас забил.
Nets leading by 13. It's Scott on the wing, defended by Jones. Nets passing it around. They set the screen. Scott with the ball. Jones covering. 5 to shoot.
Еще вот такие бы вот забивать бы, да, открыли, когда ты открыт на все 100%.
Brooklyn's gotten into trouble with the 3-ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. And Sloan kicks to Young. An amazing finish with a hand right in his face. Young's got his third bucket of the night.
Ничего такого сверхъестественного нет здесь. Тихо.
Here's Levine. 8 points for him. Off target from outside.
Вы мне дайте хоть подбор сделать.
Down low. Here's Young. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Young's got 8.
And now he's taken a solid opening in the quarter and built on it here.
Вот еще в такие ситуации лучше, наверное, блин, не так поставить.
You know what? A basket here would do a lot for their confidence.
Pekovic with a screen. And stolen by Scott. 30 seconds left in the first half. He dishes it to Sloan. The tray. And again, it's Thaddeus Young.
Nice.
Young's got 9 points in the quarter.
They're starting to get a little triple happy. Falling in love with that three-pointer.
Starting to cast him up a bit too often here in the second.
Now here's Jones.
За 2 часа.
He had 8 points.
За 2 часа уж, наверное, разобрался. Вся херня дома, блин, сидишь и... Да, ну... Вы чё, шутите, что ли? Охренеть, на последних секундах закинул.
And so we conclude the first half. Nets lead by 15. And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. What is foremost in your mind going up against these guys tonight?
You know, I've just been trying to be aggressive, really attack the rim, and my guys have been giving me great looks right by the basketball. I can finish.
Brooke, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly.
Блин, ну ты 4 дня отдыхал, там, типа, блин, на экскурсии был. Тебе охерительно. А я 2 из 4 дня, наверное, сидел в туалете. Просто с этим сраным отравлением. Но зато мне задонатили 150 рублей, как видишь. Топ-донат у меня поменялся немножечко.
Hey guys, great execution in the first half. But we still have a few things to talk about before we go back out there.
Кстати говоря, даже на следующий день он прям поменялся. Я только выздоровел, короче, и сразу мне типа задонатили. Нормально, корреспондент, он не корреспондент, это такая. О, блин.
Some changes here for the Timberwolves. Nikola Pekovic is checked in for Towns. Gorgie Dang comes in for Kevin Garnett. And Levine subbed in for Shabazz Muhammad. A big group substitution here for Brooklyn. Bargnani is checked in for Lopez. Thomas Robinson comes in for Thaddeus Young. Scotty's checked in for Joe Johnson. And Donald Sloan subbed in for Jarrett Jack. Setting the floor for the Nets. Scott in at shooting guard. Fournier out there with Thomas Robinson.
Вообще мог по идее забить. Ну что, выбора нет, там 3 секунды, и этот будет стоять и ждать. Тот не откроется.
Rubio's got 4 assists now tonight. Nets leading by 10. And Sloan kicks to Robinson. Right side Scott. Back to Robinson.
Что-то я сейчас не понял.
Bargnani a screen on Rubio. 5 to shoot. Shots good from Bargnani. Bargnani's got 10 points in the game.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can
Такие пасы отдают, господи, кошмар.
It's good. Now he's shooting 6 for 7.
Прям в руки противника отдают пас.
Right there, just too much of an advantage in terms of the mismatch.
Outside Martin. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Nets.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting them.
Anthony Towns and Pekovic are up front. In the backcourt, Rubio and Muhammad. And it's Jang in at the small forward position. So that's the lineup for Minnesota. And so it's Brooklyn with the win. This was a very strong showing for him, Greg. Not necessarily a runaway win, but one they'll feel very good about.
And let's face it, anytime you can go on the road and win in the fashion they did, you have to feel good about it. Really an outstanding effort all the way around.
And now let's catch up with Doris Burke, who's standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Надо, кстати, сейчас будет, короче, прическу поменять. Тадешил Янг прошелся перед камерой. Да не пойду я в КС, отстань.
Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
Стань неверный.
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Так, постгейм-шоу мы не будем смотреть, просто послушаем-то MVP матча.
Ernie Johnson here, along with Kenny Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome back for the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Brook Lopez.
Boom, boom, boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental tonight in making sure they avoided a second straight loss.
Ну, блин, Брук Лопес, конечно.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports.
Не знаю, может быть, команду поменять сейчас можно. Серьезно, ну это... Мне Тима вообще не доверяет ни капли и не собирается, короче, доверять. То есть, ну, тупо не... Ну, чё, кому это нахер? Правильно. Они, типа, чисто выигрывают за счет... ну, не на себя играют. Всё. Так, что у нас есть вообще? Ну, наверное, вот после фан-дуэли, может быть. Черт, зачем я отменил? Я дебил. Ну, сколько у меня там? Атрибутов, сколько? 1200. Надо плеймейкера качать. Нет, это херня. Не плеймейкера. Хотя, не, плеймейкер качать. 1500. Ну, блин, так, качаем до 4-го. И норм. Так, я не понял, короче, у меня... Так, бежишь спокойненько, да? Еще раз. Просто обводить не знаю как. Так, отлично. Дальше connection. То есть Nets my Curtis Брук Лопес. Поставить было, понятно, My Team Life карт, чтобы была My Team карт. Но то, что я типа поставить анимацию, я поставлю. Фрито, где Брук Лопес? Вообще какая она у него? О, нашел. Вот она. Ну, 150 недорого. Прикольная, кстати, она мне нравится. Ладно, купим, поставим. Почему нет? Так, сигнатура ставил. Это я все уже выставил. Сейчас дальше. Request trade. Это мы потом. Мы... В смысле? Тим. Все, понял. Минуты статься 20. И что, нельзя никак поменять внешность, да, я так понимаю? Не то. Короче. Задолбался миниатюру. Тикет, сплит. Это оставим. Это оставим. А какая хоть камера там, блин, стоит? По-моему, нормальная камера стоит. Так, мой career plus Friends, my park. Что это такое? Блин. Ладно, не то сделал. Нет. Не-не-не-не-не, я не хочу пока что херачиться. Не хочу. Онлайн пока вообще не хочу ни под каким типа предлогом, потому что не вижу смысла. У меня оверлоу 63 и как бы, ну 64, хорошо. 64 оверлоу. Я с этим оверлоуом сделать-то ничего не смогу толком. Так, так это вообще все, короче. Блин, мне внешность вообще никак не поменять, да? Ладно, хрен с ним, с внешностью. Мне просто волосы хочу поменять по-другому, а здесь я что-то этого не вижу. То есть тут чисто только так можно, да? Марки. Сколько у меня минут? Ну, 8 минут. У меня 65, хорошо, вернул. Так, что у меня по трейдам? О, Кингс меня хочет взять за 8,6. Это раз. Интересуется у меня 86%. Феникс Санс 80. Ой, 88. 86 Феникс Санс. Торонто Рапторс. Вот это интересно. Потому что Торонто Рапторс была самая последняя. Я не помню, сколько там было. По-моему, 2% что ли. При старте, короче. Ну, Кингс вот, не нужен пока что. Хочу. Нет, не будем, короче, пока никуда. Просто поиграем здесь, наверное. Так. Так, ладно, дальше у нас что по... стандарт. Дальше мы идем в дуэльку. С Бостоном игру делать. С Бостоном игру делать идем. Тысячу монеток-то очень хочется.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, I mean, thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky.
Вот когда меня Бостон захочет, вот тогда я, может, перейду.
Well, for Boston, the game tonight marks their second of 4 meetings they will play this season, and they come into this one feeling pretty good after winning the last time they met. Well, Boston had been in a bit of a rebuild since the end of the days of the Big Three. Last season, they got back into the postseason. Shaq, where do you see this team going in the next few years?
Well, they have great guards to build around, and they can continue to be big players in the free agency for the next few seasons. They got to make all the right moves. Their president, I played for him. He's a smart guy. He knows what he's doing.
You know what? I could see them trying to strive for the modern version of a lot of NBA teams. That means getting three-point shooters. If they get more three-point shooters building around that, some crisp passing, that can be a championship mix.
Thank you for joining us. We go courtside now. Kevin Harlan's got the call.
Понятно. А вот это я не знал, короче. А, писец просто. Бля, Ронда с Далласе уже играет. Ну, вот это вообще печаль, короче, полная. Подожди, а кто в Селтике-то остался? Кто в Бостоне вообще остался? Алло. Ну, кто хотя бы? Дайте я знакомых лиц-то вообще встречу, нет?
We are live from Boston for an Eastern Conference contest with the Celtics. It's Wednesday Night Basketball, live on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and here with me tonight, Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Taking a look at Brooklyn, this is a team showing a better record.
Кто это такие, кто играет в Бостоне? Ладно. Ладно.
And then for Brooklyn, Bargnani comes in for Brook Lopez.
Вы куда всех этих дели? Звезд.
Bargnani is out there with Young. Then there's Johnson, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. Here's Smart, lock at 6. On the money from 12 feet away.
Oh, man, how about the last-minute decision there to pull the shot down and get a better one for your teammate?
Так, стоп, сразу смотрим. Вы задрали. Вот в каждой игре, ну, в НБА в каждой. Вот это вот баг тупорылый, очень бесющий баг. Просто вот душу взрывающий. Ты настраиваешь, короче, настройки тренера. Делаешь настройки тренера, но они не сохраняются. Ты должен выйти в главное меню, там настроить все, а потом начать играть. Вы что, инвалиды, что ли? Вы не могли нормально сделать? За сколько лет вот у вас эта херня? По-моему, начиная с 11-й версии, там такая дрепидень идет.
Honestly, even he'd like to see those numbers improve.
And all indications are that he's been working hard on his game. It just hasn't shown up in the box score yet.
Jared Sullinger's checked in for Boston. Last game for Brooklyn, they picked up the W against the Minnesota Timberwolves.
And across the board in that game, guys,
да что ты за... Офигеть. Вау. Вау. Вот это вообще, вот это просто... О боже мой. Нене, что ли, играет там?
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
For Boston, they have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
At the line with 1 shot.
Free throw, no good for Crowder.
Yeah, a lot of whistles here early, as well as foul trouble starting to be an issue.
Yeah, that's a big reason they're trailing. You can't allow a parade to the free throw line and expect to be on top in the game.
Scott.
Что-то слишком быстро он меня, короче, прям вообще. Я хотел попробовать его либо посадить, либо условить.
They just kept coming at him wave after wave, and they really kept the crowd on mute in that.
Passes it to Bargnani.
Хотел пройти его, попробовать, но ни хера не получилось. А это... Ну, почти ладно. Блин, что-то у меня глаза закрываются, я что-то спать хочу писать.
Smart's got 5 points so far. Brooklyn's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. They really want to find that igniter here.
Yeah, that's right. Kevin, the offense has basically been running in place.
They got to get going.
Фу. Почему-то мне показалось, что на мне не сфалили. Что-то мне показалось, что это чистый нормальный блокшот был. Просто чистейший.
Oh. And one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
The Celtics making a switch here. Zeller's checked in. Thomas Robinson, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Donald Sloan comes in for Jarrett Jack. The Celtics have gone 7 of 15 from the field to this point. There's the pick. Pass to Brantley. Feeds to Smart. Again, the Celtics good for 2. And so it's Brooklyn with it. 9-point game. Let's send it out to DB, who caught up with head coach Brad Stevens. Doris?
He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson. He added, you have to respect the energy he brings to the game. That'll be the challenge for our bigs, is matching that energy and physicality. Guys, Robinson a guy with a growing skill set, but it's still that athleticism and hustle that's really his calling card. Back to you.
And as always, Doris, thank you. Picked by Zeller.
Не, хорош, все, покидал и хватит. А, простите, а подбирать мы будем сегодня? Нет вообще. В смысле? Молчу. Просто молчу. Не отдам сейчас 2+1. Не, вам сейчас дам 2+1. Он просто так четко летел, я думаю, ну все, звезда. Ну, Зеллер в Бостоне. Потихушки. Да, весь день стримить, это, конечно, вообще ад.
And so Zeller nails both of them.
Boy, I tell you what, he does not look like your typical big man up there at the line. He has an excellent stroke and a percentage to match.
Outside, Scott. Back to Robinson.
Нет, его неправильно. Фу, на последних секундах еле как.
And so it's Boston with it. They lead by 7. Now here's Smart. He's got 7. Here's Sullinger. Boston, no good that time either.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
Ну, дай-то парню.
Johnson, the pass to Blatch. Fades and shoots. And it's Bradley with the rebound.
Попадать я буду, что ли, за вас?
Here's Smart. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Zeller setting the pick for Smart. The dish to Zeller. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Smart's got his 4th assist in this one.
There it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great position inside.
Yeah, just getting the ball into the post has to be option number 1 for them right now.
Johnson, a wide open look, connects from 3-point range. Johnson's got 5 now.
A lot of space right there to get that shot off.
Not a very good job of the defender getting over the top of that screen in that particular play.
Picked by Zeller. Now Smart. Sullinger outside, 20 feet out, and there are the Celtics with another basket.
Да, это забей, короче. Почему они попадают, они нет? Это немножко бешено.
No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change.
Good pick, but he
Он даже, блин, не знаю, тупой какой-то простой просто лейап, не лейап. Ну да, это, грубо говоря, лейап там был. Он даже держали его просто, он был открытый, но даже тупой лейап не попал. Просто забейте, короче.
Is one of the things that makes this team go. Their aggressiveness, for me, sets them apart.
No good on the free throw. David Lee checked in for Sullinger. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time.
Man, they are just living at the line.
Yeah, doing an outstanding job of attacking offensively and forcing
Хорош. Я думал, я, короче, не довел нормально. Я думал, не довел нормально.
29 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Here's Zeller. No good. And it's the Nets taking it the other way. Last meeting was in Boston, where they were unable to fight off the Celtics.
And that was an ugly loss for them last time playing these guys. And really, the rebounding differential was the key.
They got over on the board.
Ну, хорошо.
Plain as I can put it, you can't leave your teammates on an island down there. You need everybody going to the glass.
Here's Bradley.
Брэдли, куда? Что-то, короче, в Бостоне никого не осталось в 2015-м. В 2015-м Бостон какой-то стал вообще без звезд, короче, просто. Такое чувство, как будто это новая команда какая-то. Реально без никого. И Док Риверс ушел, я даже не знаю, кто у них там, этот тренер. Я знаю, по-моему, этот как его. Блин.
The only hard part of that decision is leaving a place that you really loved for 13 years.
Не, какой, я его не знаю. Брэд Стивенс это вообще боевой чувак новый, короче. Он еще до этого тренировал, по-моему, если не ошибаюсь, какую-то команду колледжа, что ли, в 2014-м.
I wonder if Coach Brad Stevens feels like he's recruiting another college class with all those draft picks.
Austin just his second season. I mean, I think he's one of the bright coaching stars in the NBA today. It was the NBA's game and college basketball's loss when he moved on to the Celtics.
Well said. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
And it's really about limiting their mistakes, and early on they've been able to do that here in the first.
And guys, I like what I've seen from them on the other end, forcing a few giveaways, and that's allowed them to widen that turnover margin.
And Brooklyn, looking who they've got. Scott in at point guard. Young out there with Robinson. Then it's Evan Fournier. And it's Lopez in at the center position. Outside, Scott. Just 5 to shoot. He dishes it to Fournier.
Ну как? Ну как? Ну ты открыт. Ну ты один. Ты открыт, ты один. Там никого рядом было за метр. Во, парень, ты чё? Куда разрастет? Может, ты мне дашь? Нет? Алло. Спасибо. Давай. Еще разок я тебе дам шанс. А, ты сам пойдешь. Вот сейчас я на это посмотрю. В итоге в конце отдал центровому, и центровой с трехочковой не забросил. Куда ты, алло? Что, смеешься, что ли? Какие лейапы? Какие пасы, вы что? Сидишь спокойно и разыгрываешь игру. Вы не та команда, с которой надо. Барняни, надо подбирать. Барняни. Блин, кстати, как правильно? Барняни или Барняни? Ладно, пойдет. Правда, кто его там задел, я так что-то не понял.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And you know, you don't have to tell them what their free throw numbers are. I mean, they're well aware of it, believe me.
Какие трехочковые от центрового, а что происходит? Вы чё это за игра? Не, дай обратно, нахрен уж. Ты дошел, Янко, дай обратно. Ладно, я замудрил, короче, что-то жестко. Не надо было этого делать.
And you look at those numbers, not bad, but guys, I think he can do better, and he knows it.
And he has high expectations for himself as well, guys, but he just hasn't delivered fully.
Вот эта вот тряска вообще не мешает, вообще просто изи. Никогда не мешала. Вот как вот только тряска появилась, вот это вот. С 13-го, что ли, с 13-й НБА она появилась. Вообще не мешает. Ну, типа, ну трясется и трясется. Во. Тише.
It was a great contribution from someone who's considered a bit more of a role player on his team.
All right, Doris. Well, what do you guys think? Does that kind of big performance energize a player in his next game?
Guys, it's tricky, you know, because when you work as hard as he did in that game, you tend to be a little worn down. But on the other hand, he also has to be feeling terrific in terms of the confidence.
Что я не понял, меня посадили на секунд 5. У него лишь 10 секунд.
Smart with the ball. He has 7. Sullinger the screen. Smart passes to Sullinger. Good, and Smart gets the assist. Sullinger's got his second.
Ну, кстати, Sullinger неплохо играет. Он, конечно, не звезда, но он неплохо тоже играет.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle at their offensive end.
Shots good from Bargnani.
Я всякий случай под кольцо прям побежал.
Well, with a stroke like that and the height advantage as well, the mid-range J is almost a gimme.
Outside Bradley. He kicks to Smart. There's the three. Brooklyn with the rebound. Their next game is at the American Airlines Center in Dallas for a game with the Mavericks. That will be the 5th game of this 6-game road trip.
Wow, that's a really smooth finish.
That's why we and they always love seeing him at the end of those breaks. He makes it
Bradley gets it to go.
Вот такие вещи-то упускать нельзя.
Nets trail by 8. Now here is Jack. He had 19 points in the win against Minnesota. He had stolen by Sullinger. And Smart with a clear path to the hoop. Drops in the breakaway layup. Smart's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Ну ты бы хотя бы это данк сделал бы. Людей бы потешил бы. Да вот ты издеваешься, чувак, ты чё? С ума с того рухнул, что ли? Я стою в нулевой линии на 3-очковой зоне. Ты чё, стоит, меня кроет, как будто я под кольцом. Не просто под кольцом, как будто я, блин, ростом в 2 метра.
The Celtics need to get a shot off. Hasty. The shot is off. Good D by Lopez. Nets trail by 8. Kicks it to Jack. The feed to Scott. Inside.
Ах ты. Нормально. Пойдет.
For Brooklyn, they have shot 60% from the line, 6 of 10.
Не смотрите на меня, что я зеваю, я целый день стримлю просто. Не смотрите, просто когда я зеваю, глаза закрывают. И не надо стрим смотреть, когда я зеваю. Здорово. Ты в НБА решил вернуться? Хочу поиграть в НБА, а что нельзя? А что нельзя? У меня ламповые стримчики. Мне вообще все можно. Вообще все можно. Просто все что угодно можно. А кому спасибо сказать надо? Кому спасибо сказать надо?
Outside, Scott. Bargnani sets the screen for Freak. Pass to Bargnani.
Ну ты б не на меня даун шел бы. Ать, хорошо. Молодца, мы. А чё такого? Чем НБА не нравится? Мне нравится НБА просто, очень сильно. Ну просто, понимаешь, я не видел, я бы смотрел стримы, типа по НБА, ну я и смотрю стримы. Просто у нас, ну, типа, СНГшные ребята, не все стримят НБА, ну, вот, именно своего игрока, да, профессиональный спорт, короче, они не стримят. Они там парки стримят всякие, короче, куда? Они парки стримят, там, допустим, они стримят, короче, там всякие онлайновые, там, типа, турнирчики, там, ну, команды на команду, там, My Team стримят, там, еще что-нибудь. А таких вещей они не стримят. А мне не интересно смотреть там My Team, парки и прочая хрень просто. Ну поэтому я типа играю в стрим. А вроде не говорю, что это плохо, спросил, что не знаю. Ну просто что-то захотелось, посидел. Я устал просто, я Dragon Age играл сегодня. Я весь день стримлю, считай. И Dragon Age, он утомляет сильно просто. Жестко утомляет. Вот. Ну и решил что-то просто отдохнуть, типа от беготни постоянной, короче, ну, в ДАшке. В Dragon Age постоянная беготня, там постоянно какие-то квесты, туда надо сходить, сюда надо сходить, это надо сделать, то надо сделать, пятое сделать, четвертое сделать, десятое сделать, и все в этом духе. Ну вот решил тупо отдохнуть, покидать мяч. Завтра, может быть, во второй половине там постримлю Destiny, чтобы тоже отдохнуть. Но забивать я отдохнусь. Фу, блин. Куда ты побежал? Ну как так-то, а? Ну как? Ну я рукожоп, наверное, поэтому и не забиваю. Тем более, он качество графики, ой, качество стрима немножко повысил. Правда, хрен знает. Кодирование, короче, поменьше поставил, да? А картинка лучше стала. Я и вообще, короче, ни хера не понял. Серьезно, на кодирование там у меня 2,5 поставил. Ну, ядрить твою мать, я открыто стою, вы чё? Пьяные инвалиды. Дай мне. Нормально. Вот. Вот это, конечно, дичайший парадокс, какой только можно видеть. Реально, я сам в шоке сегодня был. Поставил кодирование, главное, 2000. А, нет, поставил кодирование, короче. У меня стояло 3,5, поставил на 3К. Смотрю, пиксели немножко убрались. Пиксели немножко убрались, короче. Хорошие картинки, не знаю, у меня квадратик, когда идет смена мяча. Ну, смена мяча, это понятно. Тихо, стоять. Хорош. Ну, это понятно, что смена, когда смена мяча идет, типа, да. Ну, это потому что, типа, быстрая смена кадров идет, поэтому. Вот. Когда, типа, плавная смена кадров идет, там. Да, на 90 и квадрат. Это поэтому камера на 90 градусов поворачивается быстро. Соответственно, квадраты из-за этого идут. А так в Dragon Age квадратов поменьше.
First in fewest turnovers per game, 7th in field goal percentage, and they're in the top half of the league distributing the basketball as well. Not too shabby, room for improvement, but acceptable. And you know, going back to their
Дракона сегодня завалил, кстати. Вот, ты меня отдашь, Миш? Чтобы вы мне отдавали бы мячи. Вот это вот уже, короче, быстрая смена, там уже надо уже ставить, короче, наверное, в этом, как в расширенных настройках что-то. Ну, я просто натыкал, наверное, опять что-то.
Johnson's shot is off. Yeah, great look, but disappointing with a miss.
Boy, what happened on that one, Greg? I mean, that's almost an automatic shot for him.
Lee kicks to Crowder. Feeds it to Thomas.
Та-там. Мой подбор, идите в баню. Я и так маленький. А пас отдать. Ой. Хорош. 63 оверлола, и я умудряюсь как-то на А с минусом играть. Вау, алло. Ой-ой-ой. Ой-ой-ой. А что так не так пошло-то у нас? Не знаю, что-то они вообще стать ни хрена не делают. Оп, и... понятно. Все понятно с вами. Молодой человек, все с вами понятно. Блин, я пропустил, что написал, по-моему. А, нет. Твою мать! Я через всю? Какого хрена? Это что сейчас было? Твою мать. Я аж обосрался. Чуть-чуть. Чуть-чуть. Через всю площадку просто. Через всю площадку киданул и забросил. Жесть. Ну я могу. Охренеть просто. У нас был момент, короче, когда я в колледже учился. У нас был момент, когда, когда я на баскетбол ходил в колледже, в институте. Но я в институт не ходил, я за институтскую команду играл, короче, просто. Вот. И, типа, когда, короче, был момент, разводили, там сколько оставалось, короче, тоже такая же, короче, там секунд 5-10 оставалось, короче. Чувак чисто стоял. Думаю, дай пас, я просто кинул, короче. Задом. Кинул. Кинул, короче. Реально кинул. И кинул так, ничего, короче. Он там стоял в конце площадки, ему дали мяч, короче, кинул задом. Кинул тупо задом, короче, двумя руками. Да, по-моему, двумя руками. Одной там, по-моему, не докинешь. Вот. Двумя руками кинул, короче, задом и забил. Просто все в этот момент повернулись. А когда, короче, судья заорал: твою мать, какого хрена ты творишь, мальчик? Судья все-таки был, типа, не такой старший, не такой там взрослый. Типа, он, нашего возраста был, чуть старше там на 2 года. Вот. Мы сами прихерели тогда, стояли, короче. И в итоге выиграли тот матч. Это была первая, по-моему, половина или вторая, что ли. Так что это такое было. Тин-тин-тин. Просто это забей. Я сам не ожидал, что я забью.
Thomas is the point with Bradley to his side, and it's Crowder in at the 3. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. The three from Thomas. The rebound by the Nets.
Early on, he tried to shoot his way out of this funk, but later in the game now, he might want to just give it up and look for his teammates to do the scoring.
Stick it too much.
And Young kicks to Robinson. Scott the pass to Robinson. 6 to shoot.
And now look at Kelly Olynyk. Some numbers.
Что там опять что?
How his last 10 games have gone.
А, кстати, Келли Олейник, или это даже, да, тоже, кстати, ничего играет. Я помню, он за колледж какой-то играл. Тоже охерительно играет. Ну, не охренительно уж играет, естественно, это ж новичок, понятное дело, что... Не прям, ну, не шедеврально, не охренительно, там, но довольно неплохо, хорошо для... Нормально.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board.
The kick out to Young. Hits the front of the rim and out. Boston leading by 4.
С нулевой линии открытый стоял, никто его не закрывал. С нулевой линии реально никто его не закрывал.
Robinson kicks to Scott. Sloan in the corner.
Просто, да. Просто кидай. Sloan. Ну, отлично. Просто я не очень хочу кидать. Нет?
Just the height separation on that mid-range jumper. Excellent job of taking advantage.
Outside Bradley. Thomas dishes to Bradley. Sullinger the screen. Sullinger a screen on Scott. Back to Thomas. The three. And he gets it to go. Thomas got
ну серьезно, ребят, но это же никакие ворот не лезут.
And Sloan kicks to Robinson. Scott against Bradley. The drive by Scott. Here's Bargnani. It falls for the 6th time in 7
Хотя должен, по идее, забивать. Ну, забрасывать, не забивать. Да, это не профессионально. Должен, по идее, забрасывать. Ну, я как обычно. Но мне не хватает все равно. Все взяли, свалили от меня опять. Блин, блин. Да, ну.
Johnson comes in for Thomas Robinson, and it's Scott in for Donald Sloan. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Scott, he's in at the point.
Ну вы пощадите, у меня 1,80 м. Алло. Пощадите, а.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Nets.
You know, I thought maybe they cool off a bit at halftime, but they've continued.
Ах ты ж зараза, странно.
Something we've also seen them doing tonight is getting the long ball to go down. Big points from outside.
Не, ну я второй забью, вы чё? Вы на чё рассчитали?
His one miss there could be important. There's a big difference, a huge difference between a 2-point lead and a 3-point lead.
Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
И он 2 забьет, да, сейчас?
That narrows the gap to 1. That one drops. He ties it up.
And nice work at the line. I mean, when the game's this close, you have got to cash in on those opportunities.
The pass to Lopez.
Хорошо. А где ассист? Где мой ассист? Пятый. What the fuck? Вы как не подобрали-то? Ой, какое. Встаньте нормально, пожалуйста. Лопес, встань, пожалуйста, нормально. Я в тебя верю, брат. Шо, молодец.
Clark, he's just done a great job defensively. That one steal doesn't tell the whole story.
Брат, забивай два надо. Хорошо. Молодец. Просто отлично. Еще один. Хорошо просто. А теперь бы не дать им два забить. Было бы вообще, не знаю, просто невероятно круто. А подбирать?
And their greatest enemy during that comeback was the clock. They can finally stop worrying about time and start thinking about how to win this thing now.
And he's really made the most of his opportunities today. I mean, he needs to keep working for those kinds of looks.
And Thomas, here we go. Here's Hastings. Can't cash in.
Вот что начинается в конце игры? Какие-то свистопляски просто. Давай. Короче, ты один сейчас не забиваешь. А, ты мой красавчик просто. Молодца. Еще один не забиваешь. Ну нет, ну ладно. Еще один, это уже перебор.
And now an intentional foul. They need the ball back as soon as possible.
Yeah, you can't let them hold the ball and just milk those last seconds away.
No, you got to foul. I mean, it's going to come down to free throws here. Foul right away.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
Так, остался. Отлично. Все, свободно. Я трешку не дам забить. Даже если стоять. А, твою. Фу. Фу. Все, у меня отлегло. Все, спасибо. Да чё тут 2 секунды осталось. Господи, да давай кому хочешь.
So it's Brooklyn who scrapes by with the win. This win, such a tremendous emotional boost for him.
Really an accomplishment and crazy finish to take a road game like this and simply defend the entire building.
And time now to go courtside as we send you over Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, we have Brooke Lopez with us. You guys faced a team tonight that really gave a strong effort, yet you were able to overcome them in the end to pick up this victory.
You know, I think it shows our poise, you know. We responded, you know. I think we were really at our highest urgency level, and we came together as a team, and this time we held our lead, man.
Brooke, thank you very much. Kevin, over to you.
All right, Doris, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll wrap it up, folks. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in.
Меня бесит две вот эти херни. Где мои ножницы? Не отрезать фан. Да иди. Сейчас, подожди.
Hi again, everybody. This is Ernie Johnson, joined by Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. Time now to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Brooke Lopez. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
His accuracy from the field was pretty eye-catching. I mean, if he was shooting the ball, it was going in. You rarely see a performance like this with this crazy high shooting performance.
Wow. Anytime you deliver that sort of production we saw from him tonight, you're going to put your team in position to win.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan, and the rest of the 2K Sports crew, I'm Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.
Вот это нахер тоже. Главное не отрезать ничего существенно, что как-то резанул не так, короче. Так, короче, надо сейчас выйти и сделать нормальные настройки. То есть совсем чуть-чуть задолбался.
Do you feel like if you stepped up your game more, this game wouldn't have been so close?
Да, мне нравятся такие игры.
I don't know where you're going with that question. I thought my game was on point and we won, so I don't think any of that really matters anyway. I'll take the W all day long.
Так.
Are you getting the ball as much as you'd like out there?
Здорово, Фатбу. На Good Game. На Good Game я всех лично приветствую.
That kind of thing doesn't
меня на
matter
Good
to me.
Game мало
As long
народу
as we're winning
заходит.
games, I don't care how much I have the ball in my hands. I really don't. The team comes first. You know that.
Ко мне когда на Good Game заходит, у меня тут фанфары прям херачат.
So when you gonna get her a ring?
Whoa. I didn't know we were going to get all personal up in here tonight. If there's anything I learned after my first season in the NBA, is that it's best to keep my personal life private. So that's what I'm going to do. Me and Yvette are happy, just like we've always been. She means the world to me, and that's all I'm going to say. All right, I'm out.
Так, Фатбу, привет. Реально, на гейме маловат народу. Ну и я по 100 раз не буду говорить, из-за чего маловат народу заходит на Good Game. Потому что. Так, сейчас, так, а чё у меня, кстати говоря... Ладно, да, мне надо выйти сейчас, подождите. Ну, просто такие правила. Настроить NBA 2K можно только в переднем меню. Опять что сказал? Переднем меню просто. Просто переднем меню. Это, да? Не в главном, а в переднем. Во всех играх, короче, переднее меню есть. Боже. Так. А чё музыка так тихо в переднем-то меню? Уж такую старую музыку добавили, что я херею. Раньше, короче, были такие штучки, которые помогали. Да, вот они, середине. Я вот на такой херне не играл, на Opponents. Мальчик сад. Нашел где. А я не помню, что такое. Я вот эти настройки именно не помню, короче. Вот эти два, которые я сейчас... Две настройки, которые я менял, я вот эти не помню, короче. Спокойной ночи. У меня такое чувство, что вы один хер слышите, что я кричу спокойной ночи. Так, ладно. Ну слушайте, надо что-то качнуть. Качнуть, наверное, надо плеймейкера все-таки. Нет, хотя лучше не плеймейкера у нас. Ну, плеймейкер еще 73, там, ну, еще более или менее. Можно жить пока что. А вот бросок изнутри у нас, конечно, отвратительный. Отвратительный. Так, ну что, еще одна игра с Далласом, следующая. Следующий я с Далласом. Вот, блин, я не привык, короче, надо на play game нажимать. Короче, нажимаешь на событие, ну, типа оно юзается, используется.
Hello everybody, I'm Ernie Johnson, welcoming you to the NBA on 2K Sports. Excited, I mean thrilled to be here with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. I'm so lucky. Tonight, it'll be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Brooklyn Nets.
Боже, сколько Дирк Новицкий лет, да, уже. О, охренеть. Он, походу, нас, такое чувство, походу, нас всех пережил.
Defense, as we know, a key to winning basketball. Kenny, talk about the hallmarks of a great defensive team.
Well, first there has to be an anchor in the back. And if you have an anchor in the back, then all of a sudden you can start with containing the basketball and denying those open lanes, because you know if they try to get to the rim, the anchor is back there. And after that, it's all about getting your hands up and making
Ладно,
sure...
хорош трендить, погнали. Я понял, что ничего не понял.
We've got basketball action at the American Airlines Center in Dallas, Texas, the home of the Mavericks, live on 2K Sports. This homestand ends here for the Mavericks as they get ready to hit the road. It has not been a dramatic change this season to the performance last year in terms of the record, guys. Every game, though, a chance to get better as a team.
You know, right now, Dallas, it's been a disastrous start to the season.
Блин,
they can't buy a win.
Yeah, and you know what? For a team that's desperate.
JJ Barrera. Нормально.
Dallas has gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Setting the floor for the Nets. Scott in it.
Ай-яй-яй. Ну серьезно. Блин, а как я за ним успею-то? Вы что, серьезно? О-хо-хо-хо. Нормально, молодец. Так, что-то меня опять это смущает очень сильно. Ты ядрить твою мать, ты смотри, что я даже там не могу поставить. Я настройки выставил All Players, Show All, и все это на авто поставил. Потом обновил, ну, сохранил в главном меню. И оно все равно не сохранилось. Ну ладно. И как это сделать, кто-нибудь знает вообще? Хоть бы мне дали, а, подбор падал. Отлично. Первый ассистик. Пора домой, Даллас, так они и так дома. Ну, не пора домой, там не точно. Неправильно сказал. What is deficit?
Well, a lot of tough teams in this league. Here's where Brooklyn sits right now. First in fewest turnovers per game. Fourth in field goal percentage. And team assists. Top 20 in the league. They tend to do a lot of their scoring off one-on-one moves.
And you know, going back to their turnovers, fewest in our league, that shows you the intelligence they play with. You have to beat them. They are not going to do it for you.
Dallas making a switch here. Williams is checked in.
Сначала Джей Баррея, теперь Вильямс. Нормально. Еще кого дадите мне в оппонента? Ну, чтобы сразу добить меня уж.
Scott kicks to Lopez. Pass to Scott. Lopez a screen. Feeds it to Fournier.
Это что такое было? Ты что делаешь? Ты открытый мог идти просто закидывать. Зачем? Зачем? Что это сейчас такое было?
Here's Fournier, and looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. High post Lopez, shot clock 6.
Ну ладно, нормально. Могли бы трешку попробовать, но хрен. Что это за... Ну ладно. Это профессиональный баскетбол.
And Matthews kicks to Parsons. Outside Williams. From 12 feet out. And it's good. Williams has got the game tied up here for the Mavs.
That's a terrific move to the basket.
А что мне еще надо сделать? Может, на ушах танцевать?
Now Scott. A 14-point game for him in the win against Boston.
And I thought the contribution he made by just generating contact, getting to the line was outstanding, guys. I mean, he picked up a lot of points at the strike.
Давай, давай, давай. Хорошо.
Roll that time off the rim as that one falls. Scott's got his first 2 points of the night. Dallas has gone 0-3.
Ну, что-то никто не открывался. Никто не хочет открываться, и что-то не знаю. Пришлось самому что-то придумать.
Here's Nowitzki, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot, he'll shoot 2.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
It's his first trip to the line.
No. Right?
First free throw is good. And some changes here for the Mavericks. Jeremy Evans checks in for Spates. Anderson comes in for Chandler Parsons. And Harris subbed in for Matthews. And so Nowitzki nails both of them.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
And here is Scott. Young outside. The feed to Robinson.
Вы сегодня будете играть? Нормально. Через фол. Нормально пойдет. Хорош. Через фол, так через фол. Я, кстати, удивлен. Мы нормально идем еще с Бруклином. Ой, с Далласом, господи, что несут. Мы еще нормально с Далласом идем.
Thanks. Yeah, Dallas's head coach and I were able to chat. He said the player he'll be watching closely in this matchup is Thomas Robinson. He added, you have to respect the energy he brings to the game. That'll be the challenge for our bigs, is matching that energy.
Ну, если бы я не свалил, в принципе, он бы забросил.
But it's still that athleticism and hustle that's really his calling card. Back to you.
And thank you, Doris. And both free throws good for Williams. Brooklyn's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Pass to Young.
Ну отдай на нулевой тогда, что ты, если не можешь. Ну что-то забери, придурок.
The pass to Robinson. And he gets the bucket.
Почему у меня такие пасы? Почему у компьютера вот такие вот пасы проходят через всю толпу просто? А у меня нет.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
Sloan passes to Blatch. Misses off the right iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit.
Ну все, началось, короче, вот это пьяное скакание. Сейчас, короче, наши будут просто-напросто все играть на себя. Все, причем. Вообще без разницы.
Robinson kicks to Scott. Robinson against Evans. The kick out to Scott. Shoots a three. Can't get it to go. The Mavericks leading.
Okay.
Coach is liking Clark what he's seeing from his offense.
And shoot, why wouldn't he? I mean, guys, they're filling it up with ease, executing, getting quality shots. I mean, this is fun to watch.
And guys, they put the defense on the defensive.
Screen by Young to the middle.
Хорошо. Вот оно как хорошо получилось.
You know, they've scored several times already here in the first quarter down low. I like that.
It's like a running game in football. When you can pound the basketball inside, it also allows you to control the team's transition.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And guys, you might remember that he was not at his best from the foul line in their last outing.
Well, you know, whenever he got to the line, he just couldn't find the target. But nights like that do happen, even to the best of them. And I know he's got to be upset at himself for shooting so poorly at the line. So I would think he'll be doing everything he can to bring those numbers up.
Harris kicks to Williams. They get it back. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. And the Mavericks lead by one.
Я ничего не могу сказать.
Part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Robinson a screen on Williams. Scott kicks to Robinson. And he gets that one to go off the front iron. Robinson's got 6.
Просто два паса, и мы уже выигрываем.
It reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Два паса мы уже выигрываем. Так, кто там на Good Game? Файтер 55 Рус, привет. У меня на Good Game такие. Ну, 6 секунд осталось. Ну, что ты паришь? Ну, зачем? А если они забьют сейчас? Фу, в тебя нахрен.
It's Dallas. They're up by 1. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And Dirk Nowitzki steadily climbing the all-time scoring rankings. He talked about the remarkable journey of his long and illustrious career.
When I first got here, you know, my first year was so tough that I didn't really know that I can make it in this league, you know. To be named with all these names is
Я просто хочу посмотреть, сколько Дирк Новицкий лет.
It's been a crazy ride.
Я его смотрел игры, когда он стал первый раз чемпионом за Даллас. Ему 37 лет. Охренеть.
They've won the effort battle, and that's allowed them to control the backboard.
And it's been gang rebounded. I mean, everybody has done a great job boxing out for him, and it's showing up on the stat sheet.
On the court right now, second quarter starting for the Nets. Scott in a two-guard. Young is out there with Robinson. Then it's Jarrett Jack, and it's Bargnani in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Anderson outside, right wing. Spates sets a screen. Berea kicks to Spates. All sorts of time. Rebounded by the Nets. A win against Boston, looking to carry it into this one.
And the deciding factor in that one was their success from the floor. I mean, they just hit big shots time and time again.
Yeah, just the way you want it when you're the road team. Don't even give the fans a chance.
Вот нормально, а мне не дали в тот раз пас. Смотри, что. Та же самая стратегия, та же самая тактика, короче, была. Но я был с другой стороны. Я был с другой стороны, и мне пас в тот раз не дали. Решили, типа, а нахера мне пас давать? Лучше я забью, когда я буду закрытый двумя. Ну что такое? Ну это писец. Херово у меня трехочковый. В смысле? Там две руки было. Как?
Yeah, and the mid-range shot really the only option in that situation. Sometimes when you're facing a bigger guy, you can't get it all the way to the rim.
And Jack, here we go. And he gets it to go. Jack's got his third bucket of the night.
Двое было. Две руки было, он все равно. Он через две руки забил. Он что, Стив Кюри, что ли? Ладно бы, если Кюри забил там.
Offensive rebound Mavericks. Wiggins the whistle. Contact on the way up and two shots coming up. And some stats here, guys. The scoring.
Мои тиммейты творят.
We got a storyline here. If it goes on for the rest of the game, it could be all those points they're getting at the foul line.
And also knocking down the mid-range because they're making good decisions with the basketball.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Nowitzki's checked in. Brook Lopez is checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Young.
Well, as far as the league's big men go, he's one of the very best at the foul line.
Johnson in the corner.
Команда. Три варианта, кому можно отдать в хорошие типа ситуации. Отдает, короче, четвертому, который в жопе мира. И как не перехватывает мяч, непонятно.
Natural talent as well, really shining through.
Really nice job to convert the putback opportunity there. I mean, he stayed with that play.
Это просто невероятно.
That's something we say about him a lot.
Johnson kicks to Lopez. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron.
Нормально. Лопеса одного оставили, вдвоем на мяч побежали.
Absolutely, their ball movement has been outstanding, and they're piling up the assists.
No problems knocking that one down.
Раскладушечка ты.
He's got the lead up to 5 now for Dallas. The Nets have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. Scott against Matthews. Scott kicks to Lopez. Lopez a screen. 5 on the clock.
Вот еще.
Goes up on the wing. Another shot, and it's sent back by Spates. Out of bounds. Next ball as Brooklyn keeps possession.
Здравствуйте, я ваша тетя. Я вам пирожочек принесла. Разочек.
Scott up top. He's covered by Matthews. Steps back and fires.
Отлично.
And with that, the Maverick lead is cut down now to just 3 on the bucket.
Как-то вытаскивать надо
You
положение.
always have to stay on your man's hip. If you don't, that's what's going to happen.
Parsons attacking. No good on the shot, a bit long that time.
The spin freed him up, but he just couldn't follow through with the shot.
And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Celtics got down to business. He ended with 14 points, and in addition to his scoring, he also came away with a season high for rebounds. Overall, just an incredible bonus for his team as he made a big impact coming off the bench.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, GA.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
Bargnani sets the screen for Freak, and again, it's Brooklyn converting.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job.
Кстати, могу сейчас хотя бы, ну, два из трех, не 2 из 3. Наверное, 1 из 3, может быть, могу закинуть спокойно через руку. Ну, хотя бы одну, но могу.
Scott with the ball. 6 points for him. There's the dish to Bargnani. Lopez a screen. Nice ball movement by Brooklyn. 4 on the clock. Here's Scott. Rebounded by Dallas.
Ой, понятно.
7th rebound here tonight.
Мне об спинку. Спину немножечко долбануло.
Spades has got his 3rd basket of the night. The Nets have gone 6 of 11 from the floor. Over 50% shooting here in the second.
Здорово.
Lopez outside. Dishes it to Fournier. Johnson the screen.
Ну. Ну дай кому-нибудь. Ну, быстрее. Ладно, ясно. Секунда просто была. Здорово, здорово. Блин, я не посмотрел, какой у тебя ник сейчас. Каврик или Чаврик, вот как правильно, я не знаю.
Here now a very select group of players in the NBA. Big men who can step away from the bucket and hit the 3. 5th best, Dirk Nowitzki.
And, you know, there was a time in the league when you wouldn't see a group of big guys.
Devin Harris.
Is why we see so many bigs that can
Devin Harris shoot it
from anywhere.
And these guys are really incredible. I mean, on one trip they give you points in the paint. On the next trip they give you points behind the arc. Boy, talk about range and versatility in spades. You got it.
Here's Blatch, covered by Parsons. Blatch with it, can't hit. Parsons with some nice D. Harris dishes to Parsons. The offensive rebound. Goes back up. And it's blocked. And they're able to recover.
Мама.
Matthews with it.
Да куда ты? Ладно, нормально.
Harris outside. Back to Williams.
Я потерялся немножечко.
Nowitzki a screen. Williams attacking. Well, it was only a matter of time, but they finally get the bucket.
Меня Twitch с ума сводит, короче. То мне показывает, что у меня 3 человека на стриме, то мне 0 показывает, то 15 там, блин. Нормально, 2 плюс 1. Брук Лопес, ничего, так ничего, молодец. Надо витаминку скушать. Витамин. Не скажу какие, короче. Витаминки просто. Не буду рекламировать. Блин, у меня в чай, короче, тут. Маленькие листочки остаются.
All right, listen up, everybody. The second half doesn't have to be as close as the first if we pay attention to a couple of things. We're being unselfish with the ball, and it's working. All the scoring opportunities have been coming because of the passing on that end of the floor, and I want to see that continue. One place we've had success was in the low post on offense. Great position. Good job finding the open passing lanes and getting the ball in tight. The pace of the game, just to bring that up real quick, isn't a huge concern because I think we're suited to play at any speed. But somewhere in the middle of the tempo spectrum would probably be ideal. We know we're up against a tough team tonight. Let's show them we're just as tough.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. One guy who's getting it done is Thaddeus Young.
And his play in that first half, how about the discipline to go along with the efficiency, guys? His shot selection was just perfect.
I agree. I mean, whether it's been from mid-range or in tight, he is taking only what the defense is giving him and not trying to do too much. Very much playing within himself.
Scott is checked in for Jarrett Jack. Here's Scott. Parsons and Dirk are in at the forward spots. Matthews out there with J.J. Barea, and it's Spates in at the 5 down low. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. They get it back. Johnson.
Вот еще бы он нахер сразу забрасывал, чтоб меня ассист давали. Ему, наверное, цены бы вообще бы не было.
You on the backboard. I mean, it's pretty deflating for a team trailing big and still giving up second chance opportunities.
And Parsons kicks to Nowitzki. And the rebound goes to Lopez.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Outside, Scott. He dishes it to Fournier. Lopez a screen.
Я ждал, тренер, когда вы сообразите уже. Если бы он не забил, я вообще бы описался.
They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
It really is. 5 out of 6 of their last field goals have come from the paint. Ouch. 5 shots without a make. That's a really ragged start coming out of halftime.
Bargnani kicks to Johnson. And a miss there on the triple. Mavericks trail by 13. Left side, Parsons. It's rebounded by Bargnani.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
Hey, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control, even though he's going at breakneck speed. He still maintains his body control.
Parsons against Johnson. With some arc. Parsons' shot is off.
He's going to play his way right onto the bench.
Мы выигрываем.
He continues to shoot it like he
Мы
has
выигрываем.
Scott kicks to Lopez.
Вот.
The shot's good from Fournier. Fournier's got 8 points.
Мы выигрываем, блин, довольно-таки разрыв большой. Ну, почти 20 очков, 18 очков. Да, 18. Вот так. Ладно. Странно немножко было.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for the Nets.
The mid-range that you've seen from them about as good as it gets, and there has not been a drop-off in the second half.
We got to be more physical on defense. They are getting to the middle of the floor way too easy. Get into them on the perimeter. Posts, rotate over, and make your presence felt. Quit being so soft.
Здорово, Асума. Вебка что-то скрыл. Еба. Я это. Что-то я, короче, косяк вообще. Точно. А у меня вебка с этого осталась. С Dragon Age, поэтому я и что-то вообще не задумывался. Точно. Так. Подожди. Реально. Господи, какой я не очень-то.
And he's really been pulling his weight. He's had a hand in some big plays here recently.
Yeah, in every way, I think he's doing a much better job, and the numbers certainly support that.
Williams, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Thaddeus Young, he's checked in for the Nets.
Тут же ничего нет? Нет, ничего. Все. Че? Откладчу свободный, не понял. За что? За что свободный? Сейчас еще 5 секунд. Так. Все. Я не очень стример. Я весь день стримлю, короче. Я Dragon Age проходил, поэтому у меня уже на бикрень все. Блин. Ну вот я, ядрить твою мать, стою, вы чё? Ну да. Понятно. Заслоны мне наставили, короче, а я их не использовал вообще ни один. Фу, блин.
And it's off from three-point range. Nets leading by 14. Kicks it to Fournier.
Разочек забить. Ой, хорош. Молодца.
Right in the face of the defender. Just tough and gritty with the elevation.
To the inside. And it's sent back by Lopez.
Куда ты там забрасывать собрался?
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Evans, he's checked in for Parsons. Anderson comes in for Wesley Matthews. And Harris subbed in for J.J. Barea. On defense, Brooklyn. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points. Williams kicks to Nowitzki.
Что-то Далласу не помогает ни Новицкий, ни кто, короче. 20 очков просто выигрываем. Изич. А пройти можно? Я просто пробегусь. Твари, блин. Ничего вокруг бегает. Самая кривая тактика вообще из всех.
That'll be his second foul of the game.
Yeah, clearly he had an established position there.
Yeah, and I like this call because you want the refs in that situation. If there's any doubt, err on the side of giving the benefit of the doubt to the offensive player. That should have been a block, and it was. The screenplay worked out.
Тьма народу одного человека не остановить. Ну ладно.
Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Back to Scott. Fades away. Misses off the left side.
And that's really just not heads-up basketball. Don't try a fadeaway when nobody's guarding you.
Looking at the Mavericks over the last 10 games, Kevin, this is how they compare to the rest of the league. Second in free throw percentage, fourth in scoring. And they also show up as a top 5 three-point shooting team. I mean, that's tall cotton there. Elite level marksmanship from behind the arc.
And you mentioned their free throw shooting.
Просто сейчас переписываюсь по счету кальяна, поэтому у меня тут Блин, ребят, кто знает, как у контакта, короче, отключить звук сообщений в компьютере? В телефоне-то я знаю как. А вот в компьютере я не знаю. Я просто с контактом на «вы». Вот.
And so he hits both. You know, Williams is playing very well. He's got 8 points and 6 assists.
Fundamentals have been on display. He's just done it all today. The passing and also knocking down his freebies.
And that's exactly what they've needed from him, those two things.
Shoots from the line, connects, the jumper drops. 15 points here for Thaddeus Young.
And when he gets in his head that
Блин, я не знаю, третья четверть, они за четвертую-то, наверное, не смогут.
Shoots a fader. It'll go, and the next lead is cut down to just 10 points on the bucket from Nowitzki.
Kevin, that's beautiful. With the guy all over him, the fadeaway was about the only option he had, and he cashed in on it.
Feeds to Young. There's a screen.
Боже, какой у меня Ташкент сраный просто. Не сраный, какой у меня просто в комнате Ташкент, серьезно. Просто сидишь и... Уф. Прям сидишь и уф, уф, уф. Не могу я так, не могу я. Если долбался вам заслон, кривоногие делать. Понятно, 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 ясно.
Well, they're fortunate. The defense was taking a big chance, leaving him that wide open behind the arc.
Robinson a screen on Harris.
Move the ball and stick it too much.
Sloan dishes to Robinson.
Я стоять на нулевой линии задолбался, серьезно. Мне хотя бы до 10 докидали бы. И то не дадут, да?
Can't hit. Some solid defense from Harris. Mavericks trail by 10. 1:16 left in the third quarter. The dish now to Anderson. Outside Williams. Anderson outside. They set the screen. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Harris. Off target from three-point range.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and
Что-то люди не
over.
уходят еще пока что.
The bottom of the basket.
Passes it to Blatch. Converts on the jumper for the
Еще побежал говно к этому кольцу сразу, вдруг не забьет.
Outside Williams. And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
Прям по рукам дали.
And this is his third trip to the line tonight.
All right, now, take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And that one misses. Bargnani is checked in for Brooklyn. Jack comes in for Scott.
Substitution on the court.
Substitution.
23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Scott, he's in at shooting guard. Thomas Robinson is out there with Blatch. Then it's Young, and it's Sloan in at the point guard position. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly found.
Мы выигрываем опять на 20 очков.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
All right, now take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good.
Ой, что-то народу стало мало очень. Нормально, я еще и сбрасываю. Разыгрывающий сбрасывает. Весело.
Here's Sloan. And so it's Brooklyn easily grabbing this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, gee, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with it.
Нормально вообще. Ну, пятихатку получили. Стандартно. А чуть-чуть. Так, что мы...
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Brook Lopez. He put his team on his back and carried them as we've seen him do before. But it never gets old. A textbook example of making play after play to lead the way.
He had a sensational night shooting the ball. Over 60% reminds me of myself. If you're shooting over 60%, you're playing smart.
And folks, that's it for us.
Блин, у меня водичка закончилась, чай закончился.
For Kenny the Jet Smith, for Shaquille O'Neal, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a great night.
Все закончилось, пить хочу. Ладно, пока загрузка идет, короче, сейчас я приду. Я пойду воды налью себе. Пить хочу жить.
Seja com quem for, a minha vida cantar, nunca no mesmo lugar, seja sozinho a dois, o resto eu vejo depois, mas só em pensar que fácil, tudo.
Бала ОБС, не вылетай, пожалуйста. Тоже ни в какие ворота не лезет. Так. Все. Нет. Так, что у меня есть? Что у меня есть? У меня есть 1100. Мне надо броски. А это еще 2 игры, наверное, да. Чтобы качнуть бросочки. У меня всего 65, 68, 68. Ну это что такое, броски по-вашему? Говно какое-то. Мне хотя бы до 70 надо плюс 5, да? Мне надо 9000 монет, чтобы качнуть до 70 броски. 9000 монет. Такие вы пьяные, что ли, там совсем? У вас что? Это нормально, по-вашему? То есть вы думаете, что это реально сделать? Ладно, давайте, короче, дальше. Но в принципе здесь с динамическими заданиями это реально сделать. То есть с различными. Тут динамических заданий вообще тьма, по идее, которые позволяют как бы немножко монет еще заработать всевозможно. То есть просто их юзаете, нажимаете, юзаете и все в этом духе. Практика, конечно, здорово, тоже дает кое-что, но не так сильно. Ну, практика дает, она дает чисто так. Поверхностно просто. Поверхностно. Ребят, не забывайте подписываться, если вы не подписаны на канал. Так, я опять загнался и опять забыл. Так, с Новым Орлеаном сейчас сыграем.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. And on tap tonight, it's the New Orleans Pelicans going up against the Brooklyn Nets. Last game for the Nets, they picked up the W against Dallas. They've played well of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games. Tonight, an opportunity to continue that trend. And while we have a moment here, another discussion topic. Shaq, you are one of the most physical players the league has ever seen. Who would you say right now are the league's most physical players?
Sorry to correct you, Ernie. Not one of the most, the most. But anyway, Ernie, to answer
you're
your
not
question,
sorry to correct me. You take great pleasure in correcting.
And one of the most humblest.
Elbow sandwich, that's right. So let me go, Ernie. Let's see. Point guards, how about Russell Westbrook? Shooting guards, I'm going to go with maybe D. Wade or Lance Stevenson.
Okay.
And at the small forward,
That's easy.
I got to go with the greatest of the game, LeBron King James.
Well, since he took the smaller guys, which is unique, I'm going to take the power forwards. Blake Griffin.
LeBron King
And you know
James.
what?
Hey, what's up?
What's up, man? Good to see you.
How's the family? CC good?
Yeah, she's good. They're all good. Nice knowing you have family to have your back all the time.
For sure. Got to keep that support system in place. Makes a big difference over a long season. Good luck tonight, man.
Thanks, man. Hey, you know we're taking this one, right?
Not a chance, freak.
And it's the Nets on a road trip for this one. An interconference game today, looking for the win. We're all set to bring you NBA action. I'm Kevin Harlan, and here with me today, Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. Taking a look at New Orleans. A great start to the season for them, notching 3 wins.
Это что сейчас было?
And I think for New Orleans, they haven't exploded out of the gates this season like we've come.
Так, ну
Guys
поехали.
checked in for Brooklyn. Scott comes in for Jarrett Jack. So for Brooklyn now, Scott, he's in at point guard. Johnson is out there with Young. Then it's Brook Lopez. And it's Fournier in at the 2 spot. Here's Pondexter and a foul on the shot.
Там пальцами затопал.
Joe Johnson picks one
По
up.
руке
And
пошло.
with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
Okay, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
Nope.
First one falls for him.
Тут мы тут посмотрим.
Both free throws good from Pondexter. Nets trail by
Стоп.
8.
Я забыл про эту хрень. О, здорово. Без капса только. Окей. Если хочешь гадость написать, то можешь написать, но только без капса написать. Тогда будешь вообще счастлив. Так.
Scott with the ball. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game.
И ушел. Nice.
Johnson right side. And Davis sends it back. But they recover it. 3 on the clock. And
Talk
Lopez
English,
gets it to go.
my dude.
And a big height advantage right there.
Я не буду говорить по-английски. No, man. No, man, sorry.
Spacing, fellas. Spacing.
Мой English is not good. It's not good. It's very not good.
With a break in the action, let's now bring up the 2K leaderboard and look at the league's top scorers over the past 10 games.
Anthony Davis third.
Quite a role he's been on. I mean, a pure scoring display. Eventually, teams might find an answer for him, but that's not been the case here lately.
Nichenza kicks to Pondexter. There's the screen. Davis sets a screen. Here's Evans. Passes it to Davis. And he goes strong with the one-handed jam.
Tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here if he shattered the backboard.
The drive by Scott. And so he draws the foul on the
Не,
shot.
ну умудряется же.
Clearly a foul.
Yeah, he took a shot there, earned those free throws.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown so far for New Orleans.
Boy, they've come out of that locker room with the hot hand. Those jumpers have been falling for them.
Yeah, and one thing, Clark, I've noticed is how quick their hands have been tonight. Thanks to that, they've gotten a lot of points off of turnover.
Looking who's out there now for the Pelicans. Anderson, he's checked in for Pondexter. And Gordon subbed in for Tyreek Evans.
No.
Here's the
Блин,
screen.
тихо.
Here's Vasquez. Misses the three.
Чуть-чуть испугался, ладно.
Looking at the last game for the Brooklyn Nets, it was a win against Dallas.
And they ran their offense nearly to perfection in that one. Very few possessions were wasted.
Yeah, they put the mute button on them that time. I mean, in front of a hostile crowd, they never let the fans get
Оп.
on. They silenced them over.
Чё, не ожидали,
over
ребят?
again
Да,
with big,
так оно и
timely
было.
shots.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Так оно и было.
Davis sets a screen. Anderson right side. He kicks to Nichenza.
Ну куда?
Moving the ball around. The drive by Gordon. Soft touch off the glass. Gordon's got his first 2 points.
Oh, this is the kind of start they were hoping for.
Yeah, shots falling, off to a very good start offensively as a result.
Scott kicks to Lopez. There's a screen by Robinson.
Ну кому ты что с ума посходил? Какой вовнутрь, блин?
Gordon against Robinson. Gordon, the pass to Vasquez. Here's the teardrop. And that's 2 points on the way.
Бесполезно.
And now an 8-point Pelican lead.
You know, obviously, he knows how to finish with some flair.
Now, here's Scott.
Тише.
Now the pass to Lopez. This is to Robinson. Another one falls for Brooklyn.
It's like everybody is in a rhythm right now. Incredible stuff here early on.
Both teams playing downhill. You know, coaches say that all the time. You want to play downhill. Well, at some point you think somebody's got to cool off in this one, right?
Мой. Диктор в бане.
Nets trail by 6. Now Scott. It's stolen by Davis.
Вот твою ж я не... я на кнопку не то нажал. Ладно.
And it's sent back by Lopez. And yes, sir, that was Vasquez has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Просто это забей какой. Я на ту кнопку 2-й раз нажал.
Yeah, and that's 4 straight field goals now, Greg. They've allowed from point-blank range. Can't happen.
And a moment now to check out the numbers for Fournier. How last month turned
Ну
out.
как это надо так обосраться, что не на ту кнопку нажать?
Guys, I mean, even he would have to admit to that.
Yeah, realistically, he's going to have to step it up. I mean, that's the reality.
Только я так умудряюсь сделать, короче.
And the Pelicans making a change here. Livingston's checked in, and Sloan kicks to Robinson. He dishes it to Young. Lots of room. That one a little long.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Young with the steal.
Да ну. Только не обосрить, только не обосрите, только не обосрить, давай сюда.
Feeds it to Scott.
Ну вас в задницу.
Pass to Blatch. Kicks to Sloan. 5 to shoot. There's the dish to Young.
Блин, а попадать. Попадать-то надо. Очень надо.
Here's Gordon. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now it's a 10-point Pelican lead. Looking at the last game for the New Orleans Pelicans, it was a win against the Washington Wizards.
And how about the game plan that was constructed for that one? I mean, it was apparent how powerless the D was to stop it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I mean, they just didn't have an answer for anything they threw at them.
And a chance here to see the numbers for Davis. The past month has been surreal. First in blocks, third in scoring, and he's truly a force around the rim, ranking among the top 5 in rebounds per game.
Boy, he's been a human highlight reel all season. Clearly the best shot blocker in the game right now.
The Pelicans making a switch here. Babbitt's checked in. He hits the second from the line.
Я докрутил, не надо мне.
There's 1:17 left to play in the first quarter. Livingston dishes to Gordon. The feed to Ajinça. Passes it to Livingston. Over to the wing. Gordon with no one around parries the long-range jumper.
Ну, блин, это...
And he's really been working to get those looks, and it's starting to pay off here early on.
Да я тут стану.
Outside, Scott, and the pass to Blatch. 6 on the shot clock. There's a screen. The 3. And gets it to go on the assist from Young. 8 points for Freak.
Раз уж не можем ассисты давать, будем забивать.
What's going on right there? He answers right back with that 3 of his own.
Livingston passes to Anderson. That's a 2 from Gordon. Robinson pulls it in.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
And because it's still early, I wouldn't read too much into it. There's still a lot of game left.
And the release was before the buzzer, but it's off target. And that does it for the first
quarter. Слишком близко стоял.
From New Orleans, back in a moment.
Слишком близко на расстоянии было. Слишком маленьком точнее расстоянии.
And one of the rising stars in the NBA is Anthony Davis. His offensive game is growing by leaps and bounds, and he talked about his area of focus.
A lot of face-up, you know, like to do the one dribble pull-up. You like to do the one dribble, fade back off one leg. I haven't got there yet, you know, but you know, catch the ball at the elbow, you know, catch the ball at the nail.
У меня есть проблемка, короче.
Well, I tell you, you could be here an awfully long time if we're going to list all the different moves Anthony Davis.
Тарик Эванс, да вы серьезно, что ли? У него верлоу 80, у меня 68. Вы что, издеваетесь, что ли? Совесть где? Алло. Не видели? Окей. Почему не запасной? Почему? Я воды налить хотел. Не успел. Стоять. Стоять на месте, мой друг. Стоять на месте, мой друг. Та-та-ра-та-та-та-там. Так. Поехали.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. And Brooklyn looking who they've got. Scott in at shooting guard. Watch out there with Bargnani. Then it's Johnson, and it's Jack in at the 1 spot. New Orleans needs to get off a shot. But they'll get another chance. And Asha kicks to Evans. Rejected by Bargnani.
Хорош. Прикрыл меня.
Here is Livingston. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Dishes it to Pondexter. The basket good off the assist from Evan.
В итоге они все равно трешку забили.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Mavericks, well, he had an off game. He had 6 points, and he also added a few assists as he set up his teammates as well. A trend sort of developing now. It's been a streak of less than stellar games. These are hard sometimes to break out of, and we'll be watching to see him try to do just that, Kevin.
Great job, Doris, as always. Thank you. Well, not the kind of performance they count on, Greg, from him.
And that's the thing. I mean, they count on him heavily. When he fails to come through, then that's when you end up with the losses.
Sure thing. I mean, it's always going to be very difficult for them to pull out a win when he has the kind of game he did in that one, guys. That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
Ну ты издеваешься, я открытый был. О, боже мой. Вот это...
Here is Livingston. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. Evans outside. That doesn't go either for Evans. Nets trail by 10. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Screen by Ajik. And Evans the basket on the assist by Pondexter. 8 points for Tyreek Evans.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Ladies and gentlemen, your Pelicans dance team. And this, now a list of guys who can shoot as well as they can pass it. The point guards with the highest shooting percentage in the NBA. Jarrett Jack, number 1.
And that percentage is what you'd expect to see from your big man. I mean, to get it from a guy who spends most of his time on the perimeter says a lot about his efficiency.
He has been absolutely deadly from the field, and that's because he's just as good at creating his own shots as he is at getting shots for his teammates. He knows how to find the open looks.
Davis is checked in for New Orleans. Vasquez comes in for Sean Livingston.
Boy, Lopez hunkered down and anchored in on that pick.
And here's Vasquez. He has 6. He feeds it to Evans. And it's blocked by Scott.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Johnson dishes to Scott. That's good, and it's Johnson with the assist.
Nice.
Now just a 5-point Pelican lead.
Надо вытаскивать все это говно.
2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. And in the second quarter, a little under 3.5 minutes played already. Screen by Ajik. Vasquez with it. Inside, here's Davis. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Davis has got 12.
And after his last game, really not surprised to see him as hot as he is here tonight.
Scott kicks to Lopez. Back to Scott. Lopez sets a screen for Freak. He dishes it to Lopez.
А, хорошо. Если бы ты еще сверху накрыл, был бы еще лучше.
10 points for him.
Really, the defense is helpless to stop a layup right there. Just too much of an advantage in terms
цены не было.
Outside, Davis. To the inside. Johnson with the block. Scott with the ball. Evans picks him up. Bargnani kicks to Johnson. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
Boy, they've gone on this run, and ball movement has been a big key.
It really has, Clark. The defense unable to react as quickly as necessary in terms of dealing with their passing.
Here's Davis. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got assist number 5 here tonight. Nets trail by 5. Picked by Bargnani. Jack passes to Lopez. He kicks it to Scott. Bargnani, a screen on Evans. Scott. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact and he'll shoot two.
When you're hot, and that's certainly been the case for Freak. He's got 13 points, and he's knocked down a pair of three-pointers in this game, too.
And maybe it's time for them to set a few more screens for him up top and let him add to that total.
Fournier is checked in for Jarrett Jack. And he sinks the second.
Не дожимали, прям. Ну, вроде дожал, но что-то не то. Как-то тихонечко получилось. Вроде дожал, а вроде не дожал. Ну, беленький с ним. Он парень на женщину похож немножечко.
Catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what Quinn Snyder was going over with his team. He said their plan was run their offense through Freak. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. So, Kevin, change is already being made on the fly here in the second quarter.
Thank you, Doris. Johnson outside. To the paint. The drive by Lopez. That's another one for him. His fifth in just 7 shots.
Энтони Дэвис, я что думаю, что больше отдавать.
And there's our fantastic.
Just beautiful when they play the game like this.
Davis sets a screen. Vasquez kicks to Davis. Goes up the baseline. And the Pelicans miss again. And here's Brooklyn. They're on a 16-6 run. It's deflected. It's stolen by Davis. Vasquez with it. Out defended by Freak. Feeds it to Davis. Pass to Pondexter. They set the pick. Here's Vasquez.
Нет.
And again, no good by New Orleans. Brooklyn trailing. Outside, Scott. Johnson outside. Beyond the arc. Pelicans with the rebound.
Что ты делаешь, инвалид? Но мы же догнали их практически.
These are two teams at different ends of the spectrum as far as the talent is concerned.
Well, you know, they swept the season series a year ago. The expectation is they'll do the same thing again this time around.
Lopez, a screen on Ashen.
Отлично.
Good from Fournier. Fournier's got it all tied up now for the Nets.
Ну вот, сейчас мы защитимся и догнали.
And that's why they're on this run. You get that close to the hoop, and it's a lot easier to make shots.
Я говорю защит.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing.
Now, here's Scott. 14 points for him. Just 4 to shoot. Picked by Bargnani. Here's Fournier. Offensive rebound with 1 on the clock. Oh, he misses the dunk. New Orleans has gone 1 of 4 from 3-point range in the second.
Так, сейчас, подождите. Тише, да, выходи. Я занят. Отсек развития. Очень. Хорошо.
nothing out there for them. And the wide open shot from Evans. That doesn't go either for Evans. For Brooklyn, they've gone 8 of 12 since the start of the second quarter. That's a really high percentage, hitting around 67%. Fournier dishes to Scott. Kicks to Johnson.
Да меня прям писец кроет. Что я сделал?
Все.
За минут 15. Все. Так.
Here's Vasquez. Evans passes to Davis. The dish now to Vasquez. Davis sets a screen. Vasquez kicks to Pondexter. Three-pointer. Rebound, Brooklyn. Johnson's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Now Scott. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Davis with the double team. Here's Fournier. Outside, Scott tries a 3.
Да что такое? Кстати, мог забить, это уже рандом. И залетел.
Evans kicks to Davis. Pass to Pondexter. Evans against Johnson. Evans dishes to us.
5 секунд опять. Пишут. Отлично, мы их догнали.
Yeah, Jay, you're right. Almost a free run, don't you think, Clark, to the hoop for him there?
Momentum can swing on plays like that, Kevin, especially when the finish has that much thunder.
Все бы так забивали бы нахрен. Цены, наверное, не было.
He is an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
You know, he picks the simple one-handed stuff to get the 2 points.
Yeah, and in a close game, though, guys, those could be really important points.
Scott, the pass to Bargnani. Bounces high off the rim and drops.
На меня дабл-тим уже херачит. И ничего такого не сделаешь.
Vasquez kicks to Davis.
14 очков, но 5 ассистов и чё? Это ж не Говори.
Nets trail by 4. 1:30 left to play here in the second quarter.
Да ты за меня.
Pulls it from the elbow. And it's Omer Asher.
Что за идиот, а? Говорит, звоню, короче, звоню в квартиру. А, нет, ладно, хрен с ним, говорит, в тачке посижу. О, господи, сейчас 3 секунды. Вебку вырублю. Дверь закрой только. Хуй. Хер с горы, дверь закрой только. Дверь мне запилите, пожалуйста. Сейчас я доиграю. Достримлю и доиграю. Присаживайся. Ну ты пришел, считай, блядь, в то время, когда первая половина дальше не закончилась. Я душа, ты успеешь. Сказал, вообще в 8 приедешь. В 8 не приехал, сказал в 9. Ну, в 9. Кушать он, блядь, готовил. Чё там готовил целый час? Стейк, что ли? Пережаренный. Так, давай, короче, быстрее. Какая минута? 7.
Brooklyn's getting blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Davis and Ashik in the middle. Vasquez out there with Tyreek Evans. And it's Pondexter in at the small forward. So that's the group out there for New Orleans. Shot clock at 6. Scott can't get it to go. New Orleans has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Vasquez kicks to Davis. Fournier pulls it down.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
And here is Scott. He's got 14. Passes to Johnson. To tie. Good on the jump shot. Johnson's got the game for the Nets. Well, for New Orleans, shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Here's Vasquez for the 3. And Evans the basket on the assist by Vasquez. Vasquez has got his 8th assist here tonight. Outside, Scott.
Еще до трешки не дошел, он жалуется. Так, давай.
Bargnani sets the screen for Freak. Shot off the pick.
Забей.
And a big pounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Bargnani's got 12.
You know, the defense has got to do a much better job of fighting over those screens.
And Greg, especially when the ball is in his hands. I mean, come on now. You know he doesn't miss too many open looks like that.
Речь после отравления, короче,
Here's Pondexter. He's guarded by Johnson.
Ну, не после отравления,
14 points for him. Shots are just flowing for him right now, having a really strong quarter.
Scott dishes to Bargnani.
Теперь поставьте мне. Заслон, сказал, поставьте мне.
Bargnani sets the screen for Freak. Back to Bargnani.
Ой, какая красота.
Number 6 for him this game. 6 for 9, 67% shooting.
Those defenders look like they're out of gas. I mean, they're getting pushed around.
Я вас умоляю, давайте мы эту
Yeah,
игру
but they
выиграем.
better rally soon because they've given up 3 straight buckets in the paint.
Vasquez. Davis kicks to Evans. The feed to Davis. The pass to Evans. Some nice passing here by New Orleans. Vasquez can't get it to go. The Nets have gone at a pretty good shooting pace. They're 6 of 13 from the field here in the third. To the middle.
Не подведи.
For the lead. No good from Bargnani.
I'm a bit shocked, honestly, that he misses that. That's his shot in rhythm.
Vasquez with it. He's got 14. And Ashik kicks to Pondexter. Screen by Ashik. Dishes to Evans. From deep. They get the rebound. And Ashik throws it down.
Oh, you gotta feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
Lopez a screen. Scott the pass to Lopez. Score that one for him. His 8th field goal. 8 for 11 on a very accurate night.
Double
production on the interior right now. 8 straight from inside.
Buffalo bully ball right there, partner.
Okay.
Getting
a little physical. I like that. I like that reference.
Третья половина, третья четверть, не знаю. Ну, минуты 2, короче, 13. Все, ну, проверим, ну-ка.
So we see the Pelicans get the win here. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, Clark, made the difference.
Well, you know, at this stage, you've got to defend your home floor, and they did that.
And time now to go
естественно, я проиграл. Почти дабл-дабл, почти, короче, все хорошо, но у нас так все хорошо. Нам денежек, правда, мало дают. Тим платит мало. Еще надо ротацию в Кингс делать. Денег мало платят. Более тиммейты даун.
This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson, just a few aisles above.
Сейчас, короче, посмотрим, что нам чуть предложит. В принципе, мы, наверное, туда пойдем. Самое на максимальное пойдем.
Many thanks, Kevin. So now we move on to our Jordan player of the game, Anthony Davis. He had a tremendous first half and then clearly inspired the whole team after halftime. Give him a big lift. Let's get your opinion, Shaq.
One thing you know about...
And that'll do it for our broadcast tonight. Hope you enjoyed the show. For me and Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kevin Harlan, and the entire 2K Sports crew, have a wonderful evening.
Так. Сейчас быстренько зайдем, короче. Не знаю. Ротацию бахнем. Наверное, что предложит. Самое максимальное будем в ней там херачить. Завтра, ребят, наверное, короче, будет скорее всего, ну, первая половина Dragon Age Инквизиция, может быть, не знаю. Но если опять профилактика PlayStation будет утром, то не знаю, куда что. Еще понять, может, КС будет. А может, не будет, хер. То есть от того, какое настроение будет. Так, посмотрим сейчас. Трейд мне нужен. Да, Кингс, давайте. Что? Я хочу перейти в Кингс. Или в смысле надо определенное время подождать. Что? Message about waiting. Конечно, я в Кингс пойду. Иди ты в жопу, я тебя не хочу еще видеть. Так, мне нужен Алфорд. Какие у нас книги в этом? В королевстве тут нас играет. Точно, вроде гей. Чего нет? Ну. Так. Этот нахер идет. Вот. Так, Джордан 6. Я все как бы все. Погнали. Что там выпустили? Я дико чувствительность микрофона жестко. Слышно, вот я пержу. Не все так, что ладно, ребят, всем спасибо, кто пришел, всем, кто задонатил, всем, кто подписался, всем, кто поддержал, короче, канал. Завтра, как обычно, с утра в 8 и до Талова, может быть, 9, 10, 11, 12 вообще завтра посмотрим. Так что всем удачи, ребята, всем пока.